In 2005, a British travel company asked a psychologist to figure out the most depressing day of the year. He crunched some numbers and proclaimed it to be the third Monday of each January, which this year falls on the 17th of January. While I'm skeptical that there's a single darkest day of the year, we have no doubt that many people experience the winter blues in the first month of the year. Recently, many people are having challenges with their mental health, going through a tough time, or are helping someone with mental health challenges. It seems normal as we continue to live with the uncertainty of COVID, and a disappointing holiday season for many, and the winter months in full effect. While the post-holiday lull may put a damper on our spirits, we can take preventive action against the winter blues. I recently read an article from Dr. Mindy Weinstein, who holds a PhD in psychology. Good morning. I'm Mark Renner from Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. I'm known as Mr. Omaha, and as I always say, I was voted the outstanding agent in Omaha twice. Today, I want to talk to you about loneliness and the midwinter blues. Mindy's doctoral research focused on the impact of scarcity on human psychology, and she is writing a book on the subject that is slated for release next October. But given our interest in loneliness, especially at this time of year, we wondered if loneliness could be understood from Dr. Mindy's scarcity perspective. Given that scarcity is a limitation on a resource, loneliness could be defined as the scarcity of relationships. In situations where there is perceived scarcity, we tend to hyper-focus on the resource we are lacking. Mindy says in the case of loneliness, we focus on the gap between the relationships we have and those we believe we should have. This could further perpetuate our loneliness, making us feel even more lonely and incapable of developing and maintaining meaningful connections. Have a little good morning coffee with me. My wife bought me this great little machine that keeps my coffee cup hot while I'm at my desk. Okay, let's get back to work here. However, scarcity also has a triggering function. When we lack access to a certain resource, we can begin to consider the different ways to make that resource more available. Just like we take our vitals for physical health, we can do the same for our mental health and see that there is more abundance around us than we may have thought. So let's talk about the advice for battling the winter blues. Give yourself a psychological checkup. In the beginning of the year, you give yourself a psychological checkup. And historically, the reasons for a psychological checkup are you historically experienced the winter blues. Before you, and then preventively, you want to be preventive before you experience a down period, and progress. You're feeling good, but want to feel even better. So let's talk about what Dr. Chloe, another psychologist who worked on this, psychological checkup is. Notice you're not taking pleasure in the same things as normal. Do a regular mindfulness moment. This will give you more frequent snapshots of your normal state. This will help you to compare or notice when you're going off track. And your hours of sleep can be a good indicator of mental health. If you're suddenly sleeping more or less than normal, it can suggest that something is stressing you. Number one, reach out to an old acquaintance or family member you haven't spoke to in a long while. Next, reach out to someone that you've wanted to meet but haven't. And number 3, keep a journal. Note how you are feeling and some reasons why you are feeling that way. Next, go somewhere or do something specifically to meet at least one new person. Next, develop an outreach contact plan. Who do you want to contact this week, and when will you do it? Refuse to surrender your happiness to the fear of rejection. Just refuse it. Have a positive attitude. Get out of the house, take a walk, do an errand, find an excuse to connect with nature, and just breathe. Jim, a local, recently found himself on a 2-hour walk last week. What a great way to clear your mind. Program your smart device. Let's get back to that. Program your smart device with feel-good songs that let you use the power of music. You can also program your device to wake you up with an energizing song to start the day off on the right track. We all have a positive playlist and a melancholy one. Don't give in and listen to the melancholy one. Begin a meditation practice. I notice the days I don't meditate because of the strong positive impact it has on me. In other words, when I don't meditate, I feel the void. Therefore, realizing what a strong positive impact meditation has. Watch a motivational video or listen to a motivational podcast. Ones from Zig Ziglar come to mind. Review these tips for ideas to grow your menu of potential mood-boosting activities. It's based upon material from a clinical psychologist who created the original version of this list for people to help regarding their moods. So again, I'm Mark Renner from Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. If you have any questions on real estate, builders, mortgages, or whatever, give me a call at 402-690-1687 or email me at mark@markrenner.com. I appreciate your watching. Have a wonderful day and be safe.